Hi everyone, this is Group 5 and today we are presenting our project Planning Post-Pandemic City by Understanding Occupancy Profiles and Mobility Patterns using Aggregated Location Data. Since location data is still developing for Canada, we chose New York City to be the focus of the analysis. Predicting a reliable occupancy schedule can play a major role in design and manage the operation of buildings and the mobility of the surrounding neighborhoods. However, currently the available standard schedules are incapable of considering the dynamic nature of occupancy schedules. For that reason, our projects aim to generate data-driven occupancy profiles for commercial and institutional buildings for New York City from mobile positioning data. Also, we are aiming to investigate the applicability of aggregating these profiles to deepen the understanding of human mobility between shops and districts. Accordingly, we chose our objectives to achieve these aims and goals.
For Objective 1, the mobile location data aggregated from the visitors of New York POI points will be used to generate the occupancy profiles for different types of buildings. These profiles will represent the weekdays and the weekends. Moreover, the data will be used to study the effect of COVID-19 measures on the occupancy of these buildings. This will be done by first selecting the dataset size. Then the data will be filtered according to the city and building type. Then generate the data-driven occupancy profiles, followed by normalizing the profiles using the building floor area, and finally calculate the average profile for each building type. In the second objective, the generated data-driven occupancy profiles will be compared to the ASHRAE standard profiles in terms of the profile shape and the peak value. In the third objective, we will start by clustering the generated occupancy profiles using the K-means algorithm, and then we will investigate the different numerical and categorical attributes to predict the cluster for each building type. In this step, we will investigate one lazy learner, the KNN algorithm, which proved its ability in predicting occupancy in the literature, one eager learner algorithm, which is the decision tree algorithm, to help us understand and analyze the importance of each attribute in predicting the occupancy cluster, and finally, one advanced learner algorithm, the support vector machine. After training these classification models, we will examine their performance to choose the optimum model.
Investigating the resilience of local brand shops is another objective of our project, which we can achieve by analyzing the variation of the number of visitors from before and during COVID-19. The data we are using here is the data collected from April to December of 2019 and 2020 to represent normal and pandemic situations. Total number of visitors per day will be used to compare the two situations, followed by calculating the business resilience, which can quantify the time elapsed until recovered to the normal status, and the change in the number of visitors. Finally, for Objective 5, we will analyze the movement from origin, which represents the district of the home, to destination, which is the type and district of the point of interest, to identify mobility patterns during COVID-19. Then, we will use association analysis to help us identify rules that describe the frequent co-occurrences movements between zones, to allocate the districts that suffer from service shortages. Now let's talk about the dataset that we have. We are using SafeGraph dataset that is released in their COVID-19 Data Consortium initiative. The dataset includes foot traffic and point of interest visit data aggregated from different mobile applications of anonymous users from January 2018 to December 2020.
We started by looking into the POI distribution in New York City in general, and for each building category as well. We also looked at the number of POI under each building category, and as seen from the figure, restaurants and the bars and the healthcare had the most POI in our dataset. Then we looked into the distribution and the statistics of some numerical attributes of the data, such as median dwell and the distance from home. The results are shown here in this slide. Our early findings show the variation in the occupancy profiles between weekdays and weekends for most of the building types. The next steps will include cleaning the data, generating occupancy profiles, and cluster these profiles, then generate classification model, and finally generate mobility patterns across the city. Thank you.